Welcome ladies and gentlemen to another casted game for Age of Empires 4, and today in the north corner of the map in pink is Beastyqt playing as the Delhi Sultanate. And on the east side of the map in red is 3DB playing as the English. The map is Frisian marshes, so very interesting civilizations. And this should be a banger of a game. It's 3DB and Beastyqt, what more could you want? And it's going to be two civilizations that can be technically relatively aggressive in the feudal age. I mean, generally I think the Delhi Sultanate tend to have a better situation compared to the English, especially with technologies like efficient production and the eco upgrades that they get for free. The English are no slouches. They can get those longbowman rushes out and about and the spearmen to go with them to make a really, really good feudal age push. So on Frisian marshes, if you guys aren't aware, you've got these little ponds of shortfish which are scattered around the map, incredibly fast source of fish gathering or food gathering. And you do have plenty of sheep, which Beastyqt is demonstrating for us right now. As you can see, the scout going past the sacred site and showing us how many sheep are just with one scout for now. And you can certainly get plenty more. So we might even see Beastyqt getting a lot more. We shall see how many he kind of decides to get. But so far, so good for the sheep count for Beastyqt. Let's take a look at the other parts of the map. Often you have forward exposed goals, but this gold actually is not too bad for 3DB. It has to be said. The same cannot be said for Beastyqt. Whilst the gold is relatively close to the town centre, it's far forward in terms of where it's kind of positioned and the angle that it is. This one's kind of towards the side for 3DB. And so that could be a prime location for 3DB to attack from. And is already going up with the council hall, a relatively aggressive build, and no early wheelbarrow. Is going to make his way up to the feudal age nice and early, and that's often expected because of course the Delhi Sultanate getting the mosque early, getting efficient production. Once he does get up to the next stage, you'll be able to place down a production building and effectively produce as if it's two production buildings, because it produces units twice the speed if he garrisons a scholar inside. Now the lumber camp is being built by Beastyqt on this back wood line, which is what is typical for Frisian marshes. Both players have it, a very nice safe wood line there at the back. We do have two sacred sites that will certainly come into play here because of course the Delhi Sultanate have the ability with sanctity to be able to get their scholars to activate the sacred sites in the feudal age. There's one right there in the middle of the two players, in the middle of the map, one a bit further away in that midline line of the map as well, but we shall see how this one pans out. I suspect we'll be seeing a very heavy feudal age aggression for Beastyqt, looking to get map control, looking to do some damage, get those sacred sites, and it'll be up to 3DB to try and defend that, sending 3 villagers over to stone rather, 4 villagers to stone, holy smokes, 5, maybe looking for a second town centre. That's rather surprising. So it looks like it might be a 2 town centre build. It might be for a very quick outpost rush into Araslitz, but with this number of villagers, 5, it's usually a second town centre. But we shall see how this one goes. Beastyqt going up to the next stage with the Dome of the Faith, as expected. The Dome of the Faith, the landmark which enables the production of scholars to be 40% cheaper and also 50% quicker. So certainly very, very strong on that side of things. And the council hall, of course, is what the English is going out with, being able to produce those longbows at 100% speed from this particular landmark. 4.5 minutes into the game, Beastyqt will be halfway to the feudal age. 3DB also there almost, but it will be a bit quicker to the next stage. 3DB. Look at the sheep being brought back. Holy smokes, that's going to sustain Beastyqt for a very long time. 25 sheep. I think 3DB only went for 1 scout. I suspect that's part of the issue why he didn't get that many sheep. But he tends to do that. It's very rare that 3DB takes more than 1 scout. And you can see he's going to be suffering on the sheep count. I'm not sure he has all that many underneath the town centre. In any case, it is what it is. It will mean he's up to the age a bit quicker, but really, is it worth it? That number of sheep? The farming transition will have to come out quicker for 3DB, but bearing in mind the English do have the bonus of cheaper farms and the fast, efficient food gathering from farms, so that'll be something he'd be naturally looking to do anyway. And that looks like it's going to be a second TC out of 3DB. Nice play there. When he does get to the feudal age, he'll have it right there and there. So there we are. The villagers come out, and I think Beastyqt will see that, although he's not committed to it yet, so he won't be able to... I don't think Beastyqt knows the second town centre. He will know it's there now, though. And 3DB wasting no time. He's going to shoot the deer. Beastyqt going to push the deer away a bit further away, just to make the gathering a little less efficient. But it's the shortfish that he's after. The 2 shortfish ponds there, which will be very good. But that is a bit annoying. Gets good damage on the scout. Will the scout? Yeah, he's going to continue to push the deer away. No, he's going to Keeping the scout alive. He wants to keep the scout alive for the scouting vision, of course. It's more important than anything else, really. And that 2-town center, it means that 3DB needs to survive. There's a double blacksmith coming out for Beastyqt. Of course, all the upgrades are free for him, so he can just queue up everything and it'll be absolutely fine. But the thing is that Beastyqt is very nicely set up for a heavy feudal age aggression because he's got so many sheep there. He might even expand to the pocket economies on the shorefish, but that'll be a bit excessive, a bit extravagant. He's going to eat up the berries and then go to the sheep, and then he won't have to transition to farms for a very long time. That's very good. 2 longbows do already pop out from the council hall, so the production gets going, the production gets rolling, and now the villagers on the shoreline. That's going to be incredibly strong here for the English civilization. The villager count will start to rise for 3DB and his English 25 to 22, and that means that Beastyqt will need to do some damage early on, that is for sure. Looks like scholars are garrisoning inside the mosque. We'll make those research a little bit quicker. Sanctity coming in a minute, and he might be looking to get the sacred site. Will we see villagers go out to build some outposts? They see an outpost going on the gold here for 3DB. Now, this could be a little bit greedy. Quite a few villagers on gold. I don't know if this is for upgrades or for castle age. I suspect surely it's not going to be castle age. Is it 2 TC into castle age? That's a little bit extravagant. Beastyqt notices it. I think if you're 3DB, you may want to actually... I mean, this is interesting. You might be looking for upgrades. I'd be very surprised if he's going to go for a castle age here. 2 TC to castle age against the Delhi? Probably not likely with the feudal age aggression that's almost guaranteed, or at least the feudal age pressure in terms of getting the sacred sites that's often guaranteed with the Delhi Sultanate. And this is actually really interesting now. Do you know what? Beastyqt didn't actually kill the deer, and so a lot of them, and so Beastyqt uses the longbows to push them in towards the town centre. That is such a hub of food there for 3DB. Beastyqt will want to punish that if he can. Trying to get an outpost on the sacred site. I'm sure 3DB will be aware of that, or at least the threat of that. And it's a lot of villages on gold. I'm really surprised. 8 of them. Is it upgrades it's getting? No double broad axe just yet. No, it isn't. It is going to be barracks going down. Lacking the wood though. 3DB of course is spending a lot of it on longbows. Now the thing is, the outposts go up very slow now, so 1 villager won't be enough. Longbows will snipe and 4 longbows. Should be able to get the kill, or villager just about survives there. Only just. The horse, we're going to try and snipe these longbows there for Beastie. The scout continuing the chase though. The longbow is going to be heading back to the retreat of the second town centre. Beastie diving in. I'm not sure that's a good idea. It's going to lose quite a lot of HP on these horsemen. A lot of them are severely weakened. The wolf going to continue the chase. Villager looking to try and build that outpost. The scout is aware the sacred site is being activated now by the scholar. 37 villagers to 28, and that villager count is slowly starting to rise, and that will translate into a stronger army. Don't forget, this shorefish incredibly fast, so the food gathering, look at it. Look at his food count. 700 food. That's absolutely madness. And you know what? 3DB will be able to get it to castle age pretty soon, actually. So maybe the 8 villages on gold wasn't all that bad of an idea. We shall see how this one pans out if he decides to commit further to the feudal age, because he's going to be losing access to the sacred site, especially with an outpost there. Will 3DB commit to some barracks upgrades and blacksmith upgrades rather? Doesn't seem like it. It's like, because the thing is, 3DB, whilst he's got a lot of food income, we'll need to get some units onto the field in the form of spearmen, that's for sure. And let's just take a look at how many barracks he's got. Just the one so far. Don't forget, Beastyqt has 1 stable, but is being supervised, has 1 archery range being supervised as well, so it's effectively 2 of each. Double stable, double archery range, coming out with the scholars, getting the sacred sites. 1 does get sniped though, so the English are looking to secure this southern sacred site, or at least deny it. It looks like there's an outpost trying to go up there. If that can be denied, that would be pretty important for 3DB. The horsemen are going to cycle through, 6 of them, that's quite a lot of them. Spearmen are not really in position, the longbow is going to get caught out, 1 does get sniped. The spearman does head forward though, does get decent damage. A horseman taking the fight though, there is a scholar there looking to heal up the horseman. The good micro here by Beastyqt. 1 horseman does go down, but the spearman does go down. Only 1 spearman left, and there is a scholar. Looks like 3DB is going to try and snipe down the scholar with the spears and the longbows. If the scholar goes down, that's a big difference to the fight. Yeah, there's a big difference to the fight now. The spearman does take another 2 spearmen on the horseman, and Beastyqt is going to lose everything here. Doesn't back off. I thought he was going to back off. He decides better of it. He's going to try and snipe a longbow. I suppose on the retreat he will lose the horseman anyway. And now the horsemen do secure this position. Does deny that sacred site. This sacred site nice and secure though with the outpost. On the back of this, it isn't. It is the castle age. It's going to be a king's palace, the 3rd town centre effectively. Beastyqt going to be really struggling on the village count if that happens, and Beastyqt has been able to put pressure on the main town centre or the secondary town centre. Village count 49 for 3DB, 33 for Beastyqt. That difference is only going to get bigger with the King's Palace, and that King's Palace is going to secure that gold vein. That's severely important. Incredibly important. We see longbows and spearmen, and archers are coming out for Beastyqt. There is a scholar there. The scholar gets sniped. The longbow is going to be trying to take out the archers. Spearmen going to try and take out the horsemen. The archers are going to try and take out the spearmen. A lot of countering here, and there is that castle age. Beastyqt is probably caught unawares. He's not really on the castle age front himself. Nowhere near, really. It's got a couple of minutes before he gets there. He'll have to build the landmark as well. The longbows are going to sweep up here. There is still a horseman, though, for Beastyqt, doing quite a bit of damage. Oh, actually, no. The spearman goes down for 3db. That means the horseman can get some good value. The longbows go down. And now stable switch. There are going to be knights coming out, and that's going to be huge. Those knights are going to be able to wreck everything that Beastie has. And don't forget man-at-arms coming out as well. These are Vanguard. He's going to need to upgrade those. But 3 town centres. Holy smokes. 53 villagers to 36. A cracking start to this first game on Frisian marshes. The sacred site is now being capped on the left side. Villager looking to get an outpost there as well. Will the army come out for 3db in time? It looks like it will, but there is a knight coming out. We'll be able to snipe that villager, especially with the longbows there. These are veteran longbows now. Those are no joke. Monster going out for some relics. 3db looking in strong position here. So we thought that Delhi would be able to be a good counter for the English, but apparently not. Not with Frisian marshes with 2 town centre on the shorefish. The shorefish is a little bit crazy. The sacred site won't be able to be capped. And it's being contested now. The villager does go down, the outpost does not go up, and it's just one sacred site that Beastyqt has been limited to now. And it does mean with the monastery up, scholars will be coming out, or monks will be coming out to grab the relics. Now it looks like Beastyqt is going for the pocket economy, go for the shorefish. It is the fastest source of food. So the sheep didn't really matter in the end, to be fair. Now villager's going to go on gold, going to look to get some castle age units. What will he have gone up with? It was the Dome of the Faith. It will make castles cheaper, and also make the emplacements for buildings that take them cheaper as well. And it means that they can produce or build stone walls, gates and towers with infantry units, of which will be a couple of archers and spears there for Beastie. But let's take a look at the village count. 65 for B, 39 for Beastie. Military count, pretty even. Monk is coming out. Look to try and grab some relics if you can. I think one has already been picked up by the Delhi Sultan. Don't forget the scholars can go out onto the map and then pick up as soon as they get into the castle age. Looks like that's what's happened here for Beastie. He's managed to grab one, so... or maybe not. Oh no, he had 2. I think they've been sniped though. We missed that just a bit. 3db sniping those scholars, those scholars, yeah. But it's having to come off the shorefish. Now he's going to have to rely on the sheep there. That does delay the farming transition. That's quite key in this stage of the game. Could be a lot worse for Beastyqt. It's getting quite a healthy food and gold income. Going to be translating it into man-at-arms. Looks like man-at-arms is the army of choice here for Beastie. Actually, I take that back. It's getting the veterans C on the spearmen. What is he going for? He's going for elephants. Okay, makes sense. Delhi Sultan going for the elephants, looking to secure these 2 relics here, 3db. But 3 town centres, this is a massive ticking timer for Beastie. The village count 75 versus 42. The longer this game goes on, the bigger the struggle here for Beastie rather. 3db going to be secure in this game. A couple of knights going to look to try and get some raiding damage on the left side, keeping the army preoccupied. In the meantime, the relics are being picked up. Very smart by 3db, keeping his opponent's army active, keeping them at home, and then in the meantime, with the map control, he's going to be bringing at home the relics. Looks like village is going on stone, maybe to get a keep, maybe to get village fortresses, which will be able to act as town centres for the Delhi. But you just get the feeling that'd be a little bit too little too late. Outpost going here, that'll be a staging ground to attack from. This will give the network of castles a bonus, which increases the attack speed of units by 20% for the English. It'll be hard to push this. Now this outpost has been fortified, but that should be taken down by 3db with the melee units in the form of knights and man-at-arms. Villager being chomped to pieces by the wolves. Does he have textiles? He does have textiles, so that wolf will be chomping away for a while. That sacred site being neutralized now, and that's going to be a problem for Beastyqt. I think he knows it's going to be down and out, unless he makes a big push and he makes it quick. Outpost creep is continuing. Tower elephant, horseman, and quite a decent number of scholars with spearmen and archers, but just not the military numbers they would want. Man-at-arms upgrade coming in for 3db, and the outpost will go down. And I just don't feel like Beastie has enough here. Might make one big push, but this is a fantastic play by 3db. The greed has been realised, and he's been able to produce from 3 town centres. The town centre on the shorefish was a fantastic play. Getting that food income, 3db, he is making enough honey in this game, that's for sure. Keeping his villagers very content with food at the moment here. These English villagers are very nourished and well fed. Third relic being brought back as well with the outpost and the map control he has on the map at the moment. 5 villagers here. Might be able to get the short fish that belongs to Beasty really on his side of the map. Relics being deposited left, right and centre. There is a third one. And we'll need another monastery. Doesn't have enough space so far. Looking to take the sacred site on the west side. And this game looking firmly in control for 3DB. Beasty pushing forward now, I think. He's going to need to push soon. And he is indeed. 2 tower elephants. A handful of scholars. A couple of villagers going forward. I think it's going to be a keep drop here. I'm not sure if he's going to manage it. If the keep doesn't go up, that'll be GG. The army is relatively close by. There is the keep. Not in the most advanced position. Doesn't really deny too much already. Just denies a stone, I suppose. But there's lots of other places on the map to expand to. And 3DB is on the case. He's going to head forward. The bees have been buzzing. They've been given the intel. And look, this is a nice position here. Oh wait, does B notice this? It's short. Yeah, when he sees it, there's a house there. He's going to push it, or he's going to bide his time, get a siege workshop, get us some trebuchets. He's just going to push it with longbows, I suspect. Going to snipe the villagers if he can. He noticed it a little bit too late. Going to snipe the scholars first, military first, and then the villagers. The scholars do go down, and the villagers will garrison inside at the keep. The army's just going to fight for 3DB. He doesn't really care. He's going to take the fight nonetheless. Scholars go down, and that's going to be a problem for Beasty. Once he loses the military, there's nothing else that stands in B's way. B looking aggressive here. Yeah, and he pushes the army back. He's not worried about the keep at all. The 12 villagers idle there. And now it's pushing forward. B knows it must be head on villager count. 105 to 53. And he's just going to be able to produce military here in large numbers. And the archers do start attacking the elephants, but Beasty knows he's down and out. B takes the game. He has got one hell of a sting these days on Frisian marshes. The English reign triumph from over the Delhi Sultanate. Hope you guys enjoyed this casted game, and if you did, do give the video a thumbs up. Take care, and see you next time.